Hi everyone, this is Michael and Alison again from Brandywine Private Wealth. Today we're going to be discussing the new bill and specifically charitable planning. So Alison, there were a couple of big changes in this bill with charitable planning, is that correct?
There was, yes.
So talk us through what changed.
Absolutely. So one of the items that changed was we're kind of going to break this down into two different subsets. The first one is for people who we'll call them non-itemizers, so people that typically take the standard deduction each
Which is
and
the
every
majority
year.
of people,
It
right?
is the vast majority of people.
Okay.
So prior to the OBBBA, what would happen is you were not going, if you took the standard deduction, you would not receive any sort of deduction for cash donations made to charity. So because of this, us as a firm, we would bunch together years worth of donations to make sure that you itemized and could get a benefit for making those charitable donations.
Okay.
What's now happening within OBBBA is you are going to get a benefit for making cash donations once again. So some people may remember this from a few years ago. This was at that point a temporary provision, but now it's
the CARES
back.
Act, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So now it's back and is as permanent can be. So what will happen starting in 2026 is single filers can deduct up to $1,000 of cash donations, and married couples filing jointly can deduct up to $2,000 of cash donations.
Of cash donations. Okay, got
That's
it.
exactly it. So it's going to be in effect permanently. It does not matter what your income is. You do have to take the standard deduction, and it is going to be something that you'll now want to keep track of those charitable donations.
So if I give $1,000 to the Red Cross in 2025 and I take the standard deduction, I get no tax savings?
Correct.
But in 2026, I will get a $1,000 deduction.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask this, Alison. Should people start tracking their receipts again the way they did like years back when everyone itemized?
They definitely should. I mean, it's one of those situations where if you're making that cash donation, you want to get credit for it. One other point to clarify is the donations cannot go to your foundation. It has to go directly and outright to charity.
Oh, that's interesting. So I can't give that $1,000 to my Fidelity Charitable account.
Correct.
So it has to go to an actual 501c3.
Exactly.
Okay. But the other change to charitable planning in general for families, there's a new introduced haircut if you do itemize. Can you talk us through how does that work?
Yes, absolutely. And this will impact, as Michael indicated, people that itemize their deductions. So when you're making a large charitable donation, in 2025, say you donate $100,000 of appreciated securities to a foundation or directly to charity. In 2025, you'll receive a deduction for that full $100,000 of donations.
Makes sense.
What's happening post OBBBA is you're now subjected to a 0.5% of your income limitation. So what that means is starting in 2026, if you were to make that same $100,000 donation of appreciated stock, you are no longer able to deduct the full $100,000. That $100,000 is reduced by 0.5% of your AGI.
So this almost reminds me of the medical deduction where you have this haircut. You have to, okay. Can you walk us through a scenario where this haircut would actually apply?
Absolutely. So say a married couple filing jointly, Richard and Lynn, say they're still of working age, have $800,000 of income.
So doing well.
Exactly, doing very well. They decide because it's such a high income year for them that they're going to donate $100,000 to charity. In 2025, if they were to make that $100,000 donation, they get to take that full $100,000 deduction and would therefore itemize.
Okay.
In 2026, if they make that same $100,000 donation, they only get to take a deduction for $96,000 because 0.5% of their $800,000 of income is $4,000. So right off the bat, that $100,000 donation is reduced to a $96,000 donation.
Interesting. So if you're going to give a large amount to charity, 2025 is more attractive than 2026 from a planning standpoint.
That's exactly it. So this between now and year end, it's critical to really make sure that your foundations are appropriately funded, because if you're going to need to add to that foundation, or if you have an intention of making a large donation, you get more bang for your buck by doing it in 2025 than in 2026.
So large charitable gifts get more expensive next year.
They do, starting next year. And again, this is permanent, as permanent can be, but it's something where 2025 is really that last year to get that full deduction.
Got it. Okay. So once again, it's more important than ever to run the numbers to kind of analyze your specific situation.
That's exactly it.
Got it. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks, Alison, again for the great insights. Really appreciate your time.